No, we are not in the deep, dark jungles of Africa. And no, this is not a man-eating plant. Hey, everybody. Jim Williams here. We're in the beautiful paradise of Central Florida. I'm standing beside this, some kind of a plant. I don't even know the name of this plant. But it kind of looks like one of those man-eating kind of plants. Where they come after you and eat at you. Don't even know what it's called. If you happen to know the name of this plant, you can come on over here and leave a comment down below, and you can just put in here what kind of plant you think it is. Hey everybody, Jim Williams here, coming to you from the beautiful paradise of Central Florida, here in St. Cloud, Florida. And guess what I see? Over there is Adam the Woo.
I know why you're standing
My
there, because
son.
the sun is here.
That is exactly why I'm standing here in the shade. Absolutely. Look at all these vines. Look at all of these vines sucking up to this wall. Vines. Man-eating vines. No, not man-eating vines. We decided to come downtown St. Cloud here. Very cool in the shade here. Just enjoying the cool breeze of the shade. Not much going on downtown today. We just came down to see what was going on, shoot a quick video together. Adam enjoys the sun. He likes being out in the sun, sweating in the sun. Me, I like being in the shade. I kind of like the cool wind, the cool breeze of the shade. Look at here. Here's a water meter thingy. A water meter thingy with no cap on it. No cap on the water meter thingy. Now here's a water meter thingy, and it's got a cap on it here. But this one doesn't have a cap on that water meter, that water cover thing there. I wonder if somebody's going to fall in there and break a foot or break an ankle and then sue the city or something. What do you think about that? Sunday for us is a lazy day. It's just a lazy, laid back. After we go to church, after we study the Bible together, after we worship with our Christian brothers and sisters, then we just lazy away the day. And Adam the Woo's with us this week, and we decided just to be out and around together. Let's see what he's doing across the street over here. He's giving an explanation of the main street downtown. We're going to wander. He's going to get me out in the sun if it's the last thing he does.
You can see a lot of these old buildings. Like this is dated 1914. So there's definitely a lot of history here.
Used to be a...
Correct. I was telling them how this was the original hardware store in Florida. I think Central Florida, maybe even in Florida, and it used to actually be next to the St. Cloud Hotel on the other side, and then it moved here in 1914. Then it became some sort of like an eatery, like an Irish pub.
It was an Irish pub, yeah.
And Megan's Hardware actually is now up in Kissimmee, on Main Street in Kissimmee, Florida. But it started in this building after it was in that building. So that building first, then it moved here, and then it moved up to Kissimmee. And that hardware store,
is that the hardware store with the mural on the side of the downtown area and everything? Got the horse out front?
Yep. I think the horse might be up on the balcony, kind of like overlooking as people walk in, perhaps.
I think you're right.
Like
Yeah.
But it all began right over here, and even though this place is closed, you can see they've left the ceiling fans on. They've left all the ceiling fans on.
No, I think that's the wind blowing the ceiling fans. I think that is the cool breeze in the shade. He's out in the sun. I'm still in the shade.
I always say that my mood can change dramatically by stepping from the shadow into the light. I'm not a vampire, but it might be, maybe at a young age.
Maybe that's what it is, yes. Kind of look like a vampire.
Now, last time I was here, this was actually, I think this was like a coffee shop, and then it became a place where children would actually play games, like board games, like more like kind of like Dungeons and Dragons and those types of like board games for like teenage
looks like a clothing store
children,
now.
And now it is called
clothing store.
Back on the Rack, a hiding place, for treasures.
Yes.
And I guess really the only treasures I see are the little few jewels that are hanging. There's actually more coat hangers than there are actual treasures here.
What do you call this thing?
Firm.
This looks like a frame, some kind of a frame, like you would hang a dress on it or put a dress on it.
You would hang a dress, and then I guess you could hang all your jewels on the little
hangy thingies,
little hangy hooks that are there. And you can see it's Sunday. There's not a lot.
There's a treasure of a plant too. Not much going on. Not even a lot of cars, as you can see. Not very many cars at all. Oh, they got another one of these framey thingies over here along with some more hangers. Yeah, corner store is pretty good place to have a store, yes, on the corner. Here comes two bicyclists. Two bicyclists. Bicyclers. We're so glad you joined us today. I'm trying to keep up with my son. He walks faster than I do. There's some ghosts. A haunted hotel, I guess. Here's some dead-looking people too. Ghosts hanging up there. Some dead-looking people here. Here's a used-to-be vampire.
Realize that there are ghosts. So they say, some people say now that this is a haunted hotel. I don't know why.
Well, somebody had to cut the jack-o'-lanterns there. Somebody had to cut the faces on the jack-o'-lanterns. So maybe it is.
Is the door unlocked?
No.
But if you look inside, pretty much everything looks the same as how it did basically back when it was built. You can actually see over to the right-hand side, you can actually see where guests would check in, the mail slots behind the windows. So behind this window, you would actually see the mail slots inside of there.
Is that like the banquet hall at the end of the hall down there?
There is a banquet hall down there. There's actually a stairway over to the right. And the very top floor is off limits to the public. No one is allowed up there. So basically, you cannot go. You can go to the second floor, but no one, the business owner, manager, will not let anyone on the top area. No one, because it is supposedly, now I am not saying it is this, I am just telling you what people have said, that it is haunted. That is haunted up there. And obviously, because there is a gargantuan bat with the face of a monkey. That's actually right here.
It's a monkey bat.
It's the great monkey bat. And there's no one even sitting here because everyone, who in their right mind would sit at this table when there is a scary
Monkey bat, monkey bat, monkey bat.
If you're going to be attacked by a monkey bat, the best thing you could do is just go hide out somewhere.
Yes.
Just go hide out.
Hide out from the monkey bats.
Just go hide out somewhere from the monkey bats.
He's even got monkey hands. Look at here.
He does?
Yeah, look at it. Look like a monkey.
Watch out. Watch out, Dad. No, I was warning you because he was starting to strangle you. He was starting to strangle you.
Scared me?
You're starting to strangle you. That does not look like someone who is in prime physical condition.
Walking Dead. The Walking Dead. The Hanging Dead. The Hanging Dead.
This guy just doesn't know what's going on.
He wanted.
If this place is haunted or not? I don't know. Is this place haunted?
Yeah.
It looks like he's actually hung himself. He strangled himself with his own cord.
He wanted to be a monkey bat.
The last thing you want to do if you're trying to actually terrify passersby is to actually invite your own doom by strangling yourself. By strangling yourself on your own cord.
On electrical cord. Talk about unplugged.
Hey, hey, Timmy, will this cord cut off my circulation if I wrap it around my neck? I don't know. Well, I think his answer just came clear right there.
Unbelievable.
So this is it. I used to live in this area. There's many stories about the haunted hotel. I've never been to the top room. So leave some comments down below if you guys can do some
Haunted hotel. I'll tell you something. If you've ever spent any time with my son, you know how to laugh. Let me tell you right now. There he is, out in the middle of the street, talking like he knows what he's talking about. You realize, of course, he never really knows what he's talking about. He just sort of makes stuff up as he goes along. He just makes stuff up as he goes along. The difference between Adam and me is that as he makes up stuff while he's going along, he can think faster than me.
Not necessarily.
Because
I'm just good at using the same words, but I just change the words. Even though I'm saying the same thing repetitively, I'm using a different word which means the same thing. So it seems like wonderful things. And some people also say that the Hunter Arms Hotel is haunted.
That's the one across the street.
Yeah, that was actually a movie.
Hunter Arms.
2000 Maniacs was filmed there, and also The Water Boy with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Was actually filmed in there. There's also been other things filmed in here.
They did a car wreck scene of the Superboy series out front with a wrecked car right there in the street.
The car was actually down at the next block.
The next block?
I did a vlog on that maybe a year and a half ago. Just look up Superboy, the Daily Woo. The car scene was at the next block. This was the scene where Superboy, the final scene of the show, I think it was maybe season 5 or 6 of Superboy, was actually right here in front of the Hunter Arms.
Right here in front of the Hunter Arms.
This is where it happened.
There you go.
And recently also, which I documented in past vlogs back when I actually lived here in St. Cloud, Florida, is they, about a year ago, they removed all of the actual concrete off of here. And now the brick is actually back, and I actually cut it that long. Brave the brick. St. Cloud brave.
Brick Street, New York Avenue. The actual bricks. Cobble brick road. Cobblestone, cobble bricks. The old brick street. Took all the covering, the asphalt off of it. All we got now is just the original bricks. Bumpity, 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 bumpity when you drive along.
That's very, very true.
Bumpity, bumpity,
I was
bumpity.
telling them that
The smaller the car, the more bumpity.
They either like it or they do not like it. I think it's kind of neat to bring back a little bit of the history and the heritage of South Florida, the original Augusta block brick that is right here. So it makes it kind of rough on the shots.
I know where this brick came from. I know where the brick came from.
Where did it come from?
Augusta. Probably Georgia. Probably Georgia.
Augusta block.
Yes.
Georgia.
I think it was Augusta,
that's
Georgia.
About it from downtown St. Cloud.
You leaving it?
Kind of short and sweet. But hang out with my dad. I'm here till Thursday.
Thursday.
Wandering around,
Doing
talking
nothing.
about nothing, basically
Playing every day.
doing nothing, hanging out, talking to Dad. Well, I'll be here till Thursday. You will be here till Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, and maybe even possibly
That's
Monday.
pretty close, yeah.
And then I'll be flying back home. There, see, this is why St. Cloud is awesome.
Friendly, people
You do not get this in California.
bumping along the
First
road,
of all, in
waving.
California, there would be 3,000 people wandering the streets of Orange County. You do not see an elderly couple riding by in just on a one-lane area, one car driving down a two-lane street, waving, having a good time,
Smiling, laughing at us.
and then having a good time, saying, "What are those people doing? Talking to their phones?"
What's
in
up with
California, everyone's walking around like this. Hey, I'm talking to myself. I'm doing this. That's basically California compared to here, so definitely a little bit different ambiance here. Kind of like the old-timey town feel of St. Cloud. All right, it's time to go. It's time to say goodbye.
What are we going to say?
I say we just say goodbye.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Goodbye.